Welcome back. It is 7 past the hour. This is the Malloy program. This hour is being sponsored by Raging Lefty. He's the one that sent me the article the other night. And his message: yesterday was the 10th anniversary of Senator Paul Wellstone's death. Please watch the preview of a documentary which calls for a new investigation surrounding his death. You can see this preview at wellstonetheykilledhim.com. Wellstone was a genuine truth seeker. Thanks, Raging Lefty. Yeah, we mentioned this the other night, but go to that website, wellstonetheykilledhim.com. All right? Take a look at it. Tanti is in Cleveland, Ohio. Hello, Tanti.
Hello, Mike. Best regards to all your loved ones and yourself.
Thank you.
A couple of quick comments and a question. You were right about John Kasich a long time ago when he was first running in 2010. You said you'd been on CNN with him.
Fox.
He was a real weasel.
Yeah,
and I won't say the four-letter word. Hey, but you know, Romney, he's Kasich on steroids. He's a combination of Kasich and Scott Walker on steroids.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Second comment is about all these religious, all of them are basically cults, whether you want to call them religion or not. But the one common thread that they all have, and the one thing that they really worship and believe in, is fanaticism. That's their bag. It isn't religion. It isn't love. It isn't peace. It's just fanaticism and punishment. Hey, and the last question, with Mourdock's comment about children conceived by rape, does that apply? If they're God's gift, would that apply if a man of color, like a black man or Hispanic man, raped a white woman? Would you consider that to be God's gift?
Oh no!
Oh yeah, that's why I would ask you, because I know I would get the truth from you.
No, that's a crime, brother.
Okay, well I knew I would get the truth from you.
Right.
Hey, last thing, remember the revolution in France was started by the fisherwomen. The women who cut up the fish at the market, they marched on the palace with their long knives. So, as per your advice, I went in my closet and took my long knife out.
All right.
Peace. Give my love to your family. All right.
Thank you, Tati. Thank you very much. You have a nice weekend. Take care. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if Mourdock finds out that a black man raped a white woman and she's going to have a baby. Oh, Lord, what are we going to do now? That's great, Tanti. That's great. Yeah, well, I'm telling you. You know, I said it last night. I'll say it again. There's a week left. Take a look at these audiences that show up to hear Obama, and these audiences show up to hear Romney. And I will give $1 million to anyone who can find a person of color in that Romney crowd, other than somebody working for one of the television networks. Just, if you do find one, you know, notify my lawyer. He'll send you a check. Oh, my God. You know, all this talk from the Republicans about voter fraud and election this, and, you know, it's blowing up in their faces, isn't it? At Huffington Post today, yesterday, talking about these Republican officials who have used hysteria about voter fraud as an excuse to support these measures that block disproportionately Democratic voters. You know, with all the little scams, all the little racist crapola, all the little ID. You got to have an ID. You know, people have been voting for 50 years that show up and, you know, they bring their voter registration card. I swear to God. Now, I do. I don't try to make a big deal about it. I lived in Georgia. I do. When I go in to vote, always before, all I had to do is lay down my little white voter registration card, had all the information on it, sign an affidavit that I am me, and they give me my, well, this is before the machines. They would give me my ballot, and I'd take it over, and it was punch ballot, you know. And now, I don't make a big deal about it. I vote in a precinct that is predominantly African American, so the poll workers who are there, are African-American folk. And most of the white people live in this precinct that come in. Oh, I'll take a Republican ballot. You know, I walk in and say, I know y'all don't have a socialist ballot, so give me the Democrat. Which sometimes gets a little chuckle and sometimes not so much, you know. But I will show them. You know, I lay down both pieces of ID. I put down my voter ID, my voter registration card that I used to be so proud of. God, I remember when I had to wait till I was 21. I know a lot of y'all started voting when you were 18, but I had to wait till I was 21. But when I got the voter registration card, I was just so proud of that. And then all of a sudden, it didn't mean anything anymore. So I'm not going to cause any trouble. Not me. Peaceful Mike. I show up and show them my voter registration card, and but I do like to play around a little bit, so I'll just pause half a beat and then lay down the driver's license. Before one of the poll workers can look up and say, "I'm sorry, sir, we need a photo ID." But you know why these white Republicans did this? It wasn't black people that did this. It wasn't Latino. It wasn't Asian. It wasn't Native American. It wasn't. You know who did this, and you know why they did it. You know why they did it. This is not to stop any voter fraud. This is not to stop anything of the sort. And now it turns out all these instances, these Republican voter registration drives, where the people running them get the people to fill in their registration forms and throw them in the trash. Especially if they are, colored people. These slimy sons of bitches, this is the only way. I've sat here for 20 years, talked about how much Republicans, in a straight-up contest between liberal and conservative in the United States of America, the liberals would always win. Always. The Republicans, now this of course was before the advent of these crazed religious fanatics who started telling people from the pulpit that if they voted for the Democrat, Jesus is going to snatch your ass into hell or something. But people don't like conservatives. They don't like right-wingers. The rise of the neo-fascist right in this country has pretty much paralleled the Obama presidency. Because, see, that's just not natural. It's just not natural. What? A black man in the White House? What? It's just not natural. That's not the way God intended. Amen. See, it's not supposed to be that way. So what could the white Caucasian, what could the conservatives do? What could they do? Oh my God. Well, real quick, let's pass some voter ID laws, because we know that the people dumped on the most in this society are the non-white folks or the old folks. So let's pass these laws, and how are these people going to go out and get a free photo ID card? How are they going to do it? Well, it worked, except for one thing. We still have, in a few areas of the country, some quasi-independent courts. By independent, I mean they are not taken over yet by corporate America. They're getting very close. I would say within the next 2 or 3 years, they will be. Corporate America takes over the courts, especially when Romney, the Mormon cultist, is elected president. The court system is going to become corporatized just like everything else. But a few courts who have not been corporatized in this country have said, no, hell no. What are you talking about? Photo ID to vote? Show your registration card. And I'll say it again, I'm just waiting, I'm sure, possibly this election, since there's an awful lot of African Americans vote where I vote, I'm sure there are going to be some white folks standing out there when I go up to vote. And dear sweet Jesus in heaven and all the angels in hell, one of y'all just come up to me. Just come up to me, please. And I will stand my ground, amen. And I will pull out something that will make you think you are about to meet your maker, amen.